Well, hello there. As we have a power outage today, I had to come up with something different to do, where I can use the hand crank machine. And we've got a virtual flower show coming up, in which we are both Willem and myself are participating. And one of the categories is African chic. Sorry for the cars passing. I'm in the shop. And for the African chic class, we have to make a headpiece together with a neckpiece on a live model. So this still will be adorned with flowers, etc., etc. After I finish it, and then I will photograph it, take the flowers off, and then the neckpiece at least will become part of what we sell in the shop. So without further ado, let me explain to you how to put together this African neckpiece. Maybe it's something that you like in the end and that you would like to try for yourself. For the neckpiece, we are using Angora fabric, which comes from Ghana and which is a traditional waxprint. You buy them in 5.5 meter strips, and they come at a very inexpensive price. So what we need to do, and they've got a coating of wax on here, so it's a stiff fabric which helps us in the making of the neck piece. So, but once it's washed, it becomes nice and soft. So what we need to do is we need to get a straight edge, and from that we're going to, let me just straighten this up a little bit. Now that's fine, it will work. And from this straight edge, we are going to cut 1.5 inch strips. How many? I cannot tell you at the moment because I'm not too sure. At the end I'll be able, so there's your first 1.5 inch strip, and it's basically 1 full meter of fabric. So you keep on cutting because we're going to need quite a few of these, and like I say, I'll give you more proper quantities at the end. I just let it lay here on my cutting table, and as I carry on, I keep on cutting more pieces as I need them. So I'm going to do another 2, and then just let it be here and sit here on the cutting table while I first work with what I have cut out. So here we go. I'm just checking that this is still, yes, it's still running. Right, there we are. And we'll do one more. So I just folded it over and then folded it onto itself again to make it easier to cut with a 12-inch ruler. And from that now, I straightened the one side, and from that now, I've been cutting the 1.5 inch strips. Right, so as we do not have power in the shop at the moment for the day today, you find the wrong side of your Ankara fabric. Sorry for the cars. And then one would normally press this, but I'm just going to finger press it to get an indentation in the middle of my fabric. There we go, we started it. So we just carry on and finger press through. If your power is working and you've got access to your iron, this process becomes much easier to do. But for now, this is the current Edward problem, so we fix it as we go. Right, that's a bit of the glue from the stickers that was on the fabric. Luckily, creating the neck piece, we don't mind, the glue will eventually dry out from the stickers that we took off the fabric. The only drawback of Angora fabrics is the sticker the stickers that they put on the cloth. But we can work with it. So there we go, and you keep on pressing the whole strip in half until you reach the end. There's not much left on this one. Right. Once we get there, the next step is just as simple. So here we go, that is the end of our strip. So now we've got the strip folded in half this way. And this, from now here on, we're gonna treat this strip like a normal bias tape. So we're going to open it up, take the outside to the middle, like so, and give it a bit of a finger press, and then take the outside to the middle on the other opposite end. I can do it better this way, like that, fold it over, and we've got a lovely, just about 1 inch, 1 centimeter bias strip that we've created. Now this, like I say, bear with me, and you're most probably going to have a bit of a shaky because I'm working on the hand crank machine. So I do them strip wise. There's the other one coming out the back. I've just put this one in the front, and there we go. We set it off, and then I just work it like fold in as I go. First the one side, and then the opposite end. Don't worry about the fraying, it will go away inside the fold that we create. There we go. Keep it flat, and so. This is what you're going to do with all your strips. I'm going to leave that one now because I would like to show you the next step. Let me just find the end of this one. What we're going to need to create this neck piece, once we are finished, this is what we end up with. That's what it looks like. Okay, so now I've already started with some of the strips, and if I can put it this way, we are going to weave. So we'll call this the cross grain. For the cross grain, we need strips of 20 centimeters from side to side. For the cross grain part of our woven neck piece, we're going to need, like I said, 20 centimeters from end to end, and we're going to need, oops, sorry, you're going to get seasick again. We're going to need 25 of these. So you cut your first batch of strips. I've worked it out. I get 5 out of a strip, so I need 5 strips to give me 25. And then you're going to cut all of them, sew them and cut them, and put them to one side, and then I'll show you how to work with them once we get there. For the neck piece, we are going to need 1 piece of fabric, which is, let me just open it up, which is 4 inches by 17 inches. This will give us a neck size for a medium bust, right? So we bring in a quarter inch seam on the left and the right hand side, like so, and then we just iron that flat, and on the top and the bottom we bring in a 1/2 inch on both sides and iron that flat. And then we take this and we iron it in half. So now our neck piece, I'm going to stitch it down here and on the opposite end down here. Then I'm going to leave this open so that we can arrange our cross grain pieces. Can go in here, and once we sew that down, it will catch this into the seam. But I will show you how to lay out this in your neck piece once we get there. Once you've made all your strips and you've made your neck piece, the choker part, sandwich them, the strips, in between the front and the back of the choker part, and sort of space them out evenly until you get all 25 in, and make sure that they sort of create a straight line at the bottom, but they don't have to. Now we're just going to top stitch along here to catch the front, the back, and these strips inside that seam. Once you've got your neck piece and your strips sewn together here at the neck, then you're going to lay it out on a board and you're going to pin your strips onto, I've used a piece of old polystyrene board that was packaging, you can see by the holes there, and then you're going to pin them in lines to make sure that, there we go, and to make sure that you've got a concentric circular pattern on your board. Then you're going to find where here we go, where the two pieces on the back is coming, the neck piece at the back is going to come together, where you're going to put your fastening, and you're going to put your first crisscross grain around, and we're going to start under, and because of this 25 we're going to stop on this one also under. We're not taking it through, so that you can actually, this is going to remain open so that you can put it on and take it off easier, and then this gap will be on your center back. So then you just go under, over, and carry on like that until you can see I'm still busy with this one, until you reach back to here, and you're going to go under here and tie it off, and then we'll weave the second one, which I'm going to show you how to do. Let me just get the next one. You can see I've sewn them down already to this point here. That one is not sewn, that one is sewn, so the next one we have to do is this one. When I get to the next one over here, when it goes over, I'm going to show you how I sew them. I just tack stitch them onto here to keep this equidistant all along. I did not perfect this on the first one, but I've got a plan for the second row, and I'll show you exactly how I measure, mark, and then stitch it down when we get there. But on here I will show you how to do how I tack them together. This is the neck piece laid out on the board, and here the second row of weaving has started. There's 3 complete. There we are doing the last 3, and they're almost at the end, and that is our unique end piece.